Hey, what's going on, guys? Welcome back to the Garage Golf Simulator. This is Turbo Talon Golf. Today's Friday, the 20th of February, 2026. Working Friday, so it's been a long week. You guys know how that is. I think I'm about done with this cold, but we shall see. Let's give some love to the Michigan Golf Courses Tour today on SGT. We'll be using GSPRO simulation software as always in the ProTee VX, ProTee United VX launch monitor up here as always. But I have not been playing the Michigan Golf Courses Tour because it's typically 2 rounds. And I'm a little bitch and I don't want to play 2 rounds of something. But we're going to do that today. Not really as much about the golf as it will be about the conversations and the shitty TikToks. But today we've got the Lumberjack Classic at the Jackal, Mount Brighton. The course is called the Jackal at Mount Brighton. And I don't know about you guys, but whenever I hear anything called the Jackal, I'm not expecting it to be easy or fun. Alright? Round ones, blue tees at 6,200 yards, excuse me. Friday pins, 4-foot gimmies, that should be fun. 10 stimp, soft fairways, normal greens, calm wind. Really, 10 stimp is a little slow and the gimmies are smaller than normal. These courses are typically not ever very easy. I don't know if golfers in Michigan are just different than regular golfers. But let's kick this thing off here at the Jackal at Mount Brighton. And I'm scared. I also don't give a fuck, because I don't usually score well. Crushing it. Says he's first. Buddy, you and I have to have a little talk about this course you've got up this week and how some of the holes are on the sides of hills and why you chose to put us through such punishment and torture. Why? Why? Oh, very pretty golf course. Oh my. Let's move to Michigan, god damn it. Let's check advanced settings. It's already on advanced. We'll save and exit. Very beautiful looking course. Don't care for the cloud cover though. Shadow strength, light rise, latitude, bloom, sky. I don't want cloudy. I want clear sky. Save and exit. There. It's all personalized now. So this is 215 yards down 40. We don't need to hit too terribly far. If you're feeling froggy, there's a lot of people that can probably drive this quite easily. You don't need to hit the ball very far. Okay? But since it's a 320-yard par 4 and I'm sick of playing stupid golf, we're just going to hit over into this fairway and play some fucking normal person golf. Normal person golf. Crushing It says, yeah, that round 2 hole 5 pins was a choice. I don't know what to say, dude. Let's just say I'm glad I wasn't recording that round last night because that's all I got. Very frustrating. Very frustrating that anyone even built a course in GSPRO that would allow you to put a hole somewhere on a green like that on the side of a hill. But I digress. Let's play some golf, guys. 3-iron through the back of the fairway. No harm, no foul. It's nobody's here for the goddamn golf. We know that. This is a fact. Happy Friday. 116 out of the rough. Back patio golfer, welcome to the chat. We had some bad weather yesterday. I shoveled some snow. Today's been cold and overcast. I I drove my all-wheel drive car today just because there was some ice on the roads, but it hasn't been too bad. We honestly need some more snowpack up in the Rockies, or the golf courses are all going to be brown all summer. Know what I'm saying? All right, guys, just because we're on the green doesn't mean jack shit. We have 10 stimp, and we've got pretty small gimme circles. Oh, dude, you don't have to apologize to me. I'm just giving you shit. It's crazy that anyone even put something that diabolical into GS Pro, because it's a very beautiful course, very well built. I like the aesthetic, but then I'm like, why is that even a pin position? Why is that even an available pin position? So guys, we need to hit like 14 feet. It doesn't matter, but it's on 10 stimp, so let's see what we can do here. If that was indicative of what we can expect on these greens, looked very lumpy to me. 255 into the fairway, playing about 240. What's my 240 club? Let's hit the 3 hybrid. Poorly. Probably. Poorly. Guys, there's a point in your bag where you transition from a steeper swing to kind of a sweeping swing, where you want to keep the club more shallow. Where that is in the bag, I'm still trying to figure out. I'm pretty new to golf. But it seems to occur for me around the 4-iron area. But I'm not sure. It's obviously going to be tied to the lie angle of your club and the length of the shaft. But that's about all I know at this point, my limited research. It seems to produce a better result when you're not as steep on the long irons, right? And everybody's seen the diagram where it shows the different swing planes for different lengths of clubs. And I'll tell you that your 3-iron or your 3 hybrid, you're not steep like this, okay? It's not like a wedge. We can see that went fairly straight, but it may not do that in the future. Crushing It says he took a 10 on one of the holes. Yeah, dude, I had to concede out of one of the holes. It was frustrating. But I've put some pretty bad courses up on my league. And I should have played through them first in person in a practice round before I gave them the go-ahead for my stuff. But it's hard. You don't want GS Pro to be this like, well, I don't want GS Pro to exist at all because I fucking hate it. But since it does exist and it's what we're using, I realize that we don't just want all like non-fictional courses. We want our Pebble Beach, we want our old course, we want our, but it's fun to have those little par 3s. There's some that are Christmas themed. Hazel did one that was Willy Wonka themed. I mean, there's got to be something to break the monotony, you know. Okay, we can't be putting through the back of gimme circles. I'm sure this is going to be difficult enough as it is. Let's check out some TikToks. Guys, I'm not going to direct this at anybody specifically. If you think I'm talking about you, then I probably am. But some of these sim golfers their simulator setups are going a little bit too hardcore. Little bit too hardcore. That's all I'm going to say, because if I say any more, we'll be playing a fucking game of Guess Who, and you'll get to click down too many of the little tiles and you'll know exactly who I'm talking about. That is all. Let's look at some TikToks. Yeah, maybe later. I'm always going to click fucking maybe later. I'm not paying you for this shitty software. You can go to hell. I said good day. Foof's in the chat. He says, howdy, Shelby, how are you? Got a little bit of nasal congestion, but I don't feel like I got run over by a cement truck anymore, so shit's really looking up. Etc., so forth and so on. I'm home an hour earlier than normal. Stuff's looking up. All right, guys, to kick us off, I think these are funnier than hell. They're obviously AI generated, but the cat's driving so that the guy can take a nap or have a little bit of a sleep. And then in every one of these videos, the cat or the dog or the chimpanzee or whatever that's driving the car, they always hit a big bump or something. I don't know if it's meant to indicate they ran something over in the road. I don't know. But you can see his eyes are closed. He's having a bit of a snooze there with his coffee. The cat hits a bump or hits something in the road. His coffee goes all over the place, and then he just stares at the cat like the cat's an asshole. But I think it's funny because the cat's driving the car. That's how easily entertained I am, guys. The cat is driving the car. All right. What do we got? What else we got? Hey Dad says, I'm convinced actors are only very attractive because they're pushed in your face all the time. If you randomly saw someone that looks like that in public, they'd probably be a solid 6 out of 10 like me. Oh, buddy, give yourself some credit. You're at least a 6.5 out of 10. Also, lose that necklace. It's dumb. You seem like a cool dude, though. Okay? This one says, life may suck, but at least I don't reach into my pocket for Honda keys. This person's from Illinois, United States. And instead they're driving a Hyundai. I know Honda and Hyundai are not the same company, but to this I say, what's really the difference? What's the difference? And there's a bunch of these different TikToks around. Some of them say, my life may suck, but at least I don't reach into my pocket and grab Ford keys or Chevy keys or blah, 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 right? Everybody's got to put their own fucking spin on the same content over and over and over again like a bunch of lemmings. But, yeah. Back patio golfer. Foof said, did you try the zinc before you got really sick? No, dude, I completely brain farted it like a goldfish and didn't do shit. I even talked to my wife about it, and she said, oh, that's so cool because we have a bunch of zinc. But then I didn't do it. Back patio golfer says it's 80 degrees here now. Thank you for rubbing that in my face. Much appreciated, my friend. Much appreciated. I'm from Utah, and I am not a fan of snow. I don't snowboard. I don't ski. I've never done either, which I know is extremely strange. But I don't do either. I don't really like the snow. I don't like shoveling it. I don't like driving in it, etc. Foof says, if you're from the New England coast, it's mandatory to have a chain necklace like that. That makes more sense. That makes more sense. Hyundai is South Korean, Honda's Japanese, and Honda Civics will outlive humanity. There's actually a Honda Civic right here. My wife drives it. It's a cute little Civic two-door, silver two-door. It's got 130,000 miles on it, and I've never done anything but put a new starter on it and change the oil. So there you have it, guys. Back patio golfer says he couldn't stand the fucking snow. Dude, I grew up with snow, and I've always lived somewhere where it snowed. I don't fucking like it either. We were all able to golf way, way, way into the winter. And our buddies at work that were skiers or snowboarders were always bitching about how we could still golf, but they couldn't snowboard. And now that we got shit on, there's a whole bunch of snow and they'll be able to snowboard and we won't be able to golf. Which means you guys may be seeing a lot more of me here in the simulator. Could be good, could be bad, I don't know. That's a decision for you to make. There's a shitty little draw. If you think I meant to hit that, you're out of your mind. I did not. .193 to the pin. We're going over some yucky shit, lots of yucky shit, and we're in the semi-rough, so we shouldn't lose too much of anything. Let's just try to get to the pin. Couldn't stand the fucking snow. Yeah, dude, I don't like it either. Back patio golfer is using a special amount of expletives in the chat today, which means he really hates fucking snow and cold weather. I'm from Utah, dude. I'm basically wearing a fat suit 24/7. I feel you, brother. I feel you. I don't like it either. Do I like when it's 115 degrees out on the golf course and I can't grip my club because my hands are sweaty? I don't like that either. I don't like that either. Okay, there's another toey draw looking thing. I think we'll be fine. That's two decent shots. I don't know if this is a 4 or a 5. It is a 4. I worked with my swing coach last night on chipping again because I think I'm losing a lot of strokes. Gaining a lot of strokes, however you want to put it. Here, 25. Oh, that was close. D-Lud says, have I played his league yet? No. I played Crushing Its league last night. About needed to get a new impact screen. But no, sir, I haven't played yours yet. Foof says I'm a skateboarder? No, dude. No, sir. Are you a skateboarder? Why would you assume I'm a skateboarder, man? How many 250-pound fucking fat dudes do you see skateboarding around? Bam Margera? No offense, Bam, but you've let yourself go, buddy. Mick's in the chat. It's been a while. He says, g'day. How are you, Mick? Guys, I don't know where this ball's going because I don't know how to golf. So, pray for this golf ball. Pray for safe travel for this golf ball. Pray for safe travel for this golf ball into the forest. Bounce left. Oh, so now we have a collider. Now we have a collider. No collider in the tree, but there's a collider in this little fucking bush here. Got it. Noted. Capiche. You guys, I have a sneaking suspicion my ball is going to get knocked dead to the ground by this bush. What, should we find out together? I got a sneaking suspicion. Ball's getting knocked down by a bush. Here we go. Foof says I hate snow and snowboarding. I hate snow. I do not hate snowboarding. I just hate snow. And you don't live by the coast, so you can't surf, so skateboarding it is. You guys, Foof's got me. You either skateboard or you surf or you snowboard. So since I can't do the other two, apparently I'm a skateboarder. No, I'm not a skateboarder either, buddy. I'm a mathlete. Bingo! And bingo was his fucking name-o. You guys, there is no planet in this solar system upon which a ball would deflect like that off of a tiny little branch. 92 mile an hour club speed, 132 mile an hour ball speed. No sir, no siree. Okay, so we're probably taking our first bogey of the round unless I can hit some goddamn miracle shot here with the 3 hybrid. But that's just further proof that we need something to come in and kick GS Pro out of here. Poor, poor physics. I digress. That felt toey. That's about the best you're getting out of me without striking the sweet spot. We're probably lucky it even went that far, to be honest. D-Lud says, do a kickflip. He's, of course, talking about Tony Hawk. Foof, you could not see me grinding rails and doing kickflips. I'm a large gentleman. I'm a large gentleman. It's not happening, buddy. Working on the chipping, you can see that that was a good chip. It was just far, far too short. Far too short. Do a kickflip. It's even funnier when Tony Hawk goes around and tells little kids to do kickflips. You son of a bitch. Guys, we gotta talk. There's a very important topic we need to talk about, and we need to talk about it right fucking now. If you're one of those people that walks around on their phone on speaker like this, fucking stop it. No one wants to hear your conversation. Nobody wants to hear what your fucking mom is saying on the other end of the phone. Instead, conveniently place the phone into normal fucking sound comes through earpiece mode and do this. Not this. This. Hello, Mom, is that you? Not this. Blah, 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 blah. This. Hello? How's it going? Do we got it? Any questions? Let me know in the chat if you have any questions. Fucking stop using speakerphone. Nobody wants to fucking hear it. There you go. There's your public service announcement, or PSA, if you will. What are we doing? 35 feet? Just get in the circle. Oh, no Ryan Sheckler, no Rob Dyrdek, none of it, dude, I'm telling you. My brother was a skateboard kid. Come on, dude, fuck. Okay, so we had a ball that rolled, did a fucking loop-de-loop around the hole, but what ruined that hole was that goddamn bush with a twig as big as my index finger that completely sent my ball zinging offline into another fucking orbit. That's the problem, okay? The problem before that was that I hit into the bushes. At no point in time do I deny that I'm the problem, okay? I'm not doing that. But can we please work on the physics and the colliders in GS Pro, for the love of God? Oh, don't go in there. Play it as it lies. All right, let's just play through. The videos are more interesting when I don't bitch and gripe and complain about every shot I make. Drop ball. Rough, 258. You guys, this is dangerous. Very dangerous hole. Let's just get over here into the fairway, into the fat part of the fairway, and forget that other shit just happened. And per Turbo Talon golf policy, we've gone from having a pretty good round to, I think, couple of back-to-back doubles. Foof's really fucking blowing the chat up today, guys. He said he would have figured that I was a longboarder, but I'm not Mormon. So he figured it couldn't be that. You're correct, sir. I'm neither a longboarder or a Mormon. And then Foof says that Bam Margera is basically morphed into Phil. Commonly happens. Dudes grow up to look like their fathers. So, that's where we're at in our lives. 112. We used to watch the shit out of that. Well, mostly Jackass and some CKY. We used to watch I had bootleg copies of those bum fight videos, which were funny back when I was in my 20s, but I'm sure they'd just be like super sad now. Oh, get in the hole. Dude. Okay, back-to-back doubles. We don't really care, do we? I don't feel like we fucking care. Nobody's here for the golf. Let's tune in to Turbo Talon Golf and watch Shelby play fucking under par golf, said no one. Said fucking no one. This lady's name is Caddie, C-A-I-T-I-E. Her parents probably wanted none of her teachers to be able to spell her name from fucking K through 12th grade. Congratulations. She says, when you tell your husband of 5 seconds, we can start trying to have a baby now because it might take a while. Married 5 months and 5 months pregnant. You guys, the opinions on this channel are my own, so you can take them or leave them. Why in the fuck would you start trying to get pregnant immediately after you were married? Take some time to get to know your spouse. Grow a little. Go see some shit. Don't fucking get pregnant 5 seconds after you're married. You got a lot of life to live. Humans are living longer and longer every day. But now, this. I get it. Children are blessings. But like, wait a couple of years. Fucking go do some stuff. Go see some things. Why would you do this? Makes no sense. Makes no sense. Okay, I've seen a lot of these TikToks. This guy's saying, just saw a video of a woman saying men who prefer clean-shaven women. Guys, you know what I'm talking about, okay? Equals they hate women, and the comments were calling those men pedophiles. What? Guys, I prefer it to be shorn down there in that region of the jungle. I'm not a pedophile. I never, ever fucking even thought of being one. I don't understand this. I kind of can see where it's coming from. It's got something to do with some shit that we shall not mention on this channel. But women have been doing that down there for a few decades now. And for some reason, just recently, people have been saying that men that prefer that are pedophiles because of things that we shall not mention on this channel. Okay? We're no longer immoral, indecent, or illegal. We're just illegal. And I don't want to talk about that other shit. So there you go. If you like a big, thick bush on your woman, more fucking power to you. If you don't, because it traps fucking stink and all kinds of other stuff, that doesn't mean you're a pedophile. Okay? I think these people have nothing better to do. Let's hit a fucking golf ball, okay? We need to go like 125, so let's hit our like 120 club. We got a headwind too. I'm sure we'll be in the water. Let's just hit good shots. Let's try to hit good shots. That was a good shot. Pending distance. We're going to call that a good one. Viva La Bam. Foof says bum fights 1 through 3 off a bootleg. I don't actually know anyone who had a like store-bought copy of Bum Fights. And then Foof says something about Bum Hunter, the guy who dressed like Steve Irwin and did an impression. Not tracking that one. Not tracking that one, unfortunately. I did enjoy some bum fights back in the day, even though it was fucking sad as shit to see a couple of dudes beating the shit out of each other for a bottle of Popov. 40 feet, 40 feet, 40 feet. Check. There's another one. There's another one. Also, guys, you shouldn't be expecting to sink 40-foot putts. You're not a professional golfer. Get the fuck over yourself. Foof says you could only buy bum fights off their website, so most people bootlegged it. So Foof is a human encyclopedia, if you guys have been tuning into the channel for very long. I'm still trying to find something to talk about that Foof doesn't know more than I do about. And thus far I have failed. But buddy, I'm going to find something. I'm going to find something. Your days are numbered. I'm going to find something you're not an expert on one of these fucking days. Let's get into the fairway here. You son of a bitch. The saying goes, break a mirror and get 7 years of bad luck, but if you break a Jimmy hat, you get 18 years. It's a lot longer than 18 years, Foof. But I comprehend what you're saying, sir. A lot longer than 18 years. Also, hey, you guys, listen, this is kind of gross, but I'm going to say it anyway. Plug your ears if you're squeamish. If you are having sex with a woman, or ladies, if you're having sex with a dude, and you don't intend to have children with that person, guys, don't unload inside of the girl regardless of whether you have a condom on or not. And girls, don't let the guy unload inside of you regardless of whether he has a condom on or not, okay? If you can't picture yourself having children with that dude, he needs to pull the fuck out and squirt it somewhere else. Don't let him raw dog you, and don't let him come inside you even if he's got a condom on. I realize that's gross as shit, and whoever was watching the channel probably ain't anymore. But if you do not intend to have children with that person, like you can't see yourself with that person rearing children, don't even mess with what happens at the end. Okay? Make it go away. You're crazy. You're fucking crazy. To even trust a condom. You're going to trust a $2 condom? Get the fuck out of here. You're crazy. You've lost your actual fucking mind. Anyway, I digress. We're playing about 160 up this hill, so let's hit a little 160 club here. What's my 160 club? Let's hit this club. Foof says the pull-out game has to be on point. Yes, gentlemen, when you start to feel the little tingling down here in your fucking giggleberries, don't chance it. Get the fuck out of there. Get the fuck out. Pull it out. Get as far away from there as you can. Okay? The second you start to feel the little tingle, get out of there. Okay? Get the fuck out of there. Don't say, oh, I can do a couple more thrusts. No, you need to get out of there. Get to the choppa. Oh, come on. Draw, fade, do something. All right, guys, that's a good shot. That's a good shot, especially for how shitty I am at golf. What do we got here? We got to putt off the semi-rough. I'm willing to take this chance, but I actually want to practice my chipping game. 16 downhill. This isn't going to be any fun for anyone. Let's get a little baby chip here and let it roll. We will consider that a W. If you guys have been witnessing my chipping lately, that is 100% a win, a W, the opposite of a loss. What are we up? We're 4 over still? God damn it. We need about 200 yards to get into this fairway here. Let's hit the 4 hybrid. Poorly, I'm sure. Is that toey again? Okay, guys, I'd like to take this opportunity to point out that these Ping G430 hybrids, the sweet spot is toward the heel. You see that? Sweet spot's toward the heel. The little dots right here. I don't own a lot of hybrids, so I don't know if that's common, but you can't be lining these sons of bitches up like you would a normal club. You're going to be ultra toey if you do that. Do I have any other hybrids over here? What's this? I think this is an old slider hybrid. That looks like a 3-wood. That ain't a hybrid. Where's my other hybrid? I I'm sure Foof knows. Here's a hybrid. Okay, guys, so it would appear that, because even these tailor-made slider hybrids, the sweet spot is closer to the heel than it is the toe. I just have not really been a hybrid guy before now. So there you go. You're all caught up. Decently struck ball, but it could always be better. And it could always be worse. We need to hit about 130 yards. We might be all right. Oh, that was a really good shot. It's almost time for more TikToks. So we'll see if we have any true gems today. Friday the 20th of February. My grandmother turns 90 today, if you can believe that. But I cannot attend her birthday because my wife and I are both sick. And it would really be a travesty to get her sick or my grandpa sick. Just because we thought we needed to show up there for their birthday. It's not every day your young lady turns 90, you know. That was a fucking piss poor attempt at a putt there. We'll just erase that from our minds and hopefully we can get this par here. That was really bad. I'm sorry you had to see that. All right, there we go. It's TikTok time, if you can believe that. I know you guys were just chomping at the bit for more TikToks. I think they're pretty funny. What's this lovely young lady named Ashley got to say here? I hate your nose piercing. Too much. Hopefully you don't take too many photos with that thing in because you'll have to look at them again someday and you'll be really fucking mad at yourself that you had such a shitty nose piercing. How come big guys, i.e. myself, will have comments from women thirsting over them, and I've never seen that for us big girls? The patriarchy strikes again. Guys, this has nothing to do with the patriarchy. It's got everything to do with fucking biology. Men want attractive women to bear them children, and women want socioeconomic status and money. They want someone to raise their offspring. They want someone to be able to support them and their offspring. Okay? That's it. It's not the patriarchy, it's biology. And there are plenty of dudes out there who like thick girls. I promise. You're probably looking in the wrong place, or they see this fucking stupid nose piercing and they run the other way. Ashley, you're a fucking ashhole, okay? Goodbye, Ashley. What do we got here, guys? This is Jennifer. Jennifer's got her hair pulled back tight. She's not actually bald. She says, when we start thinking about how bra sizes work and everyone gets lost with the back size. The back size? Aren't bras bust plus cup size? Like 32D? Isn't that how it works? I don't spend a lot of time thinking about this, which is why this TikTok's even weirder than you think it is. Bra sizes work and everyone gets lost with the back size. Bro, it's the same as your pant size. Stop asking women if they have a 42 back. Shake my head. Boys are dumb. Has anyone in this chat asked their wife or girlfriend if they had a 42 back? Isn't 42 like the bust? I'm pretty sure it is, dude. I just don't spend a lot of time thinking about this. Which makes me wonder why Ashhole here, or Jennifer, or whatever her name is talking to people about this enough to say boys are dumb. I don't spend that much time thinking about it. S.M. Peterson says, she looks like a real fun gal. She says, am I the only one who still thinks holding degrees in a specific field means that person might know more on their subject of study than a Google search was able to tell the average person? Considering you probably use ChatGPT to get through your fucking degree, no offense, I would do the same thing if I was in school. Considering that you use ChatGPT to get through your fucking degree, yeah, there's some plausible likelihood that if somebody Google searches something, they're going to find the same answer you used to fucking cheat on your test. Enough said. Enough said. Don't shoot the messenger. Foof says there's always more room for brain rot. Always room for more brain rot. That's good, because I can't play golf worth a fuck, so I gotta bring something to the table, dude. Foof says septum piercings are one of the biggest tragedies of the modern world. I would agree, but I think you can pull them off if they're done correctly and they're subtle. Any piercing, if done correctly and is subtle, can be good. Like when you see, and I don't go looking for this stuff, guys. I'm not some kind of fucking pervert. But when you see like a TikTok or a YouTube short and you can see like this huge barbell piercing that the chick's got in each of her nipples, like it protrudes through fucking all time and space, I think that that's not very well done. And there are better ways that you could do it more eloquently, okay? Foof says bust, waist, hip. I know bust, waist, hip. But are waist and hip part of your bra size? I don't know, dude. Foof says, Shelby, my friend is an English teacher in Japan and his supervisor uses ChatGPT to make the quizzes. I know there are people that at the engineering firm I work at that will 100% admit that they use ChatGPT to get through their degree. I'm not going to mention names. I think we're all firmly aware that this is going on. And then Back Patio Golfer says he thinks those nose rings are stupid. Again, I think if they're done correctly and they're subtle, they can look really good. Here we have a 240-yard par 3 that's down 40 yards. So you really only need to hit the ball 200 yards. It's still kind of a long par 3 for a 6,000 and change yard course though. So I would like to see what the handicap on this hole is, but I can't because GS Pro's a fucking piece of shit. This is the 9th handicap hole. On a 6,200 yard course, you really shouldn't be seeing 200-yard par 3s. I digress. It's none of my business. I don't make those calls, right? So we really only want to hit about, I don't know, 220, 230 and see if we can get the ball to roll up. And by that I mean 180, 190. Let's just select the club here and hit a golf ball. Everybody's tired of hearing my, my droning voice. What they want to see is the golf. Maybe we can put together a hole here. Maybe not. It doesn't matter. We're here to have a good time. We will not be putting together a hole. For some reason, and that'd have been a good one too. For some reason, the hybrid miss is always to the right like that off the toe. But it was still a good shot. So Foof Foof is generalizing when he makes this statement. He's stereotyping with you, if you will. He says it's a huge red flag for a girl because a septum piercing pretty much guarantees she had a bad relationship with her father. I cannot confirm or deny that. I myself have never had a septum piercing, and neither has my wife. So, can't confirm or deny any of that. Get up there. That's going to be a tough putt. All putts are tough for me, by the way. Eight foot. This one's tough. I hope I don't miss high. Oh! You guys, SIGPRO almost got us for a fourth time. To which I said, nay, not today. No. .323-yard par 4. We have some water over here. Guys, we haven't hit driver yet at all. I haven't even teed up, so let's hit driver. I think we can all agree that this is going to probably be a bogey or a double bogey hole just because of fucking things. So I was wrong. That was a good shot. I like being wrong when it comes to that. Oh, Foof. Foof says, what's my opinion on gauges? Foof's talking about when people gauge their ears out with the hoop so that you could basically put your finger through if you wanted to. Dude, my personal opinion on them is that they're highly unattractive on men, women, cats, dogs, horses, bovine, platypi, armadillos, everything. Nothing looks good with gauged ears. That's my 2 cents. And when you do realize you fucked up and you need to get rid of them, you've got to hope that the hole closes up without like surgery or something. You know what I'm saying? I don't think they're ever a good idea. All right, guys, so today we're not bleeding strokes on the short game, which is really nice. I'll leave it at that. It's been really nice. It's been quite pleasant. It's been a great experience. Back patio's got to go. See you later, sir. I appreciate you stopping in, dude. I swear to God, we're gonna go in and play another scramble round one of these days. Have a good one, sir. The Flip 803 is in the chat. I don't think I've seen you here too much, or if at all. It's good to see you. Welcome to the chat. Feel free to drop whatever you want in here. Very opinionated dude, so whatever you want to talk about, as long as it's not illegal. It used to be illegal, immoral, or indecent, but now it's just illegal because sometimes we do talk about immoral and indecent topics. That'd have been really nice to get that birdie, but alas, we did not. You guys, these holes are so short, I should be scoring better than I am, but it's not working out. We need to hit this like 120 something. The Flip says appreciate it, love it. Yeah, whatever you want to talk about, my friend. Where do you hail from? Are you in the United States, Canada, UK, Australia? Whatever you want to talk about, we're here. We're here to talk. Okay, guys, we got to hit not too far here. Not too far at all. I know this club doesn't go here. I know that. This club goes over here. That felt a little toey, that's why it's wandering over to the right. That's pretty far from the pin, so we've got some work to do with the old flat stick. And then on the next hole, you guys get more shitty TikToks, so rejoice. Valiant effort. Let's check out a few more shitty TikToks here. Okay, the flip's from South Carolina, USA. Nice to meet you. I am from Northern Utah, USA, West Haven. My actual name is Shelby Iverson, so it's good to meet you, sir. If you're not a sir, I'm really sorry. Just let me know. It won't happen again. You guys, this hole's going to be a gem. This hole's going to be a gem. We have to hit driver. I can't hit my 3 hybrid here, so we'll see what happens. But let's check out some TikToks first. Foof says sometimes you have to wordplay to get around YouTube's thing, though. Are you talking about you guys in the chat or me? Oh, this one's sort of funny. It's really the education system that's failed these motherfuckers here. This says, do you really think this is appropriate in a children's museum? I can't believe this city. I'm guessing they think this is a pot leaf when indeed it is actually a maple leaf, very clearly a maple leaf. And I'm hoping this is clickbait / rage bait, because nobody would mistake a maple leaf for a pot leaf. They're very different looking leaves. Okay, so I'm guessing they're joking. And I went into the chat because I had to see what people were saying about this, and they were basically fucking finger blasting this person, telling them they were the stupidest motherfucker that had ever walked the earth, and that that was a maple leaf and not a marijuana leaf. What's next? This is pretty funny, guys. This dude's name is Mr. Young. He said he was just thinking, if a fart can get through 2 ass cheeks, underwear, and blue jeans, what the fuck made you think the coronavirus wasn't going to get through that mask? He's right, too. That's pretty funny. All right, guys, there was a few TikToks for you. I'm 44 and I love a good fart joke. All right, ladies and gentlemen, so I'm an amateur golfer. I know my limits and limitations, and I know I do not want this golf ball to be wet. I would rather hit out of some shitty lie in the forest than for it to be wet, excuse me. I realize that I run the risk of this golf ball going straight to the left, and then we're in an even worse situation than we were before, but I just know that I don't want to be in the water. So let's strike the ball with the driver here. And we're going to be just fine. Not the fairway, but it's not in the water. So mission accomplished, bitches. And it looks like I've got a bunch of shit covered up with those shitty TikTok here. Let's see what's in the chat. The flip says truer words were never spoken. We keep it real on this channel, dude. And that's when you break out the SIVA suit. Foof, I don't know what a SIVA suit is. I'm really sorry. SEVA. I'm sorry, I don't know what it is. Please let us know. Let's call it 180 to the pin, but we're in the rough and we got a tailwind. 180 to the pin. Let's hit this club. All right, let's see what happens here with the hybrid. I'm interested to see what conspires. Dude, I even aimed left and that happened. Sit. What happened there, dude? That's fucked up. All right, let's chip the ball. So we're in rough and we got to go up in 25. Dude, we're not bleeding strokes with the wedge today. It's kind of nice. I mean, we're still taking a bogey here, but it's kind of nice, I'm not gonna lie. Oh, all right, what's that go, 5 over? Guys, we're playing pretty good golf to be 5 over, but we had a couple of unfortunate holes in the beginning of the round that just kind of did us dirty. 490 yard par 5. I do need to hit driver here to have any chance of scoring. Foof says a SEVA or SEVA suit is a fully enclosed environmental suit like the ones you see in those high-risk labs. Got it. And I think everybody in the chat can probably imagine what you're talking about. Oh shit, that's slicing. You know what? We're fine. We got 245 into the pin. I'd say we got pretty lucky there. Wasn't the furthest thing I ever hit, but they never are. 246 to the pin. We got some shit. We're going over a whole bunch of hazards here, but let's just cut them all out of the equation and hit up here into this clearing. We need to go 200 and some odd yards. I believe I'm holding the 4 hybrid, or at least I better be. Okay, 60 yards. Let's try something a little different here. Sand wedge, nice easy sand wedge. A little too far to the right, excuse me, the left. It's a good shot. On in 2, I believe. Or excuse me, 3. This is a par 5. Tricky putt, downhill, leaking to the left. There's not a whole lot you're going to do here to sink this putt other than just be a real lucky son of a bitch. It's breaking good, though. We basically want to barely touch this ball and then watch it leak over to the pin. Easier said than done. We only need to hit about 7 feet of feel here and watch it leak. I may not even be aimed enough to the right. Ah, missed it by Missed it by 1/4 of an inch, half an inch. That's unfortunate. That was a good scoring opportunity. 425 yard par 4. We can't be hitting a 3 hybrid into a 400 plus yard par 4. We'd be putting ourselves at a disadvantage. Maybe if the course was a little tighter, we would hit the 3, but I've got to give myself a fighting chance here at least. I need to shallow out the swing here. We're coming a little too, we're too steep. That's what's producing that 25 yards offline you saw there. 160 to the pin out of the rough. Foof says we average a global pandemic once every 100 years, so we're good for a long time. Last big one was the Spanish flu. Correct. I remember when COVID was not, it had already kicked off, but it was starting to become, right, because people become complacent and used to things. We adapt to things very quickly. But once people came to their senses and realized that, like, COVID wasn't the first time this had ever happened, after everybody was done shitting their pants. And guys, I'm not trying to make light of COVID. A lot of people died. I'm just saying what Foof's kind of saying. This is not the first time this has happened. I think people start to get in this mindset that everything that's going to happen is going to happen during their lifetime, and it's just not true. Like, the Earth's gone through many ice ages, and it's gone through all kinds of shit, and wars and famine and pandemics, and it's just stuff that hasn't happened during this time period in time, you know. But I think people start to believe that the shit that's going on is unique and that our struggles are unique, and it's just like they're honestly not very unique. This shit's all happened before, you know. I was expecting that ball to do something a little bit different than that. We still were able to get in the circle, but what time is it? Broadcast has already been an hour long, and we're only on the 15th hole. We'll split the difference and maybe look at a couple of TikToks on 17 or 18. And Foof says we're behind ice age, or between ice ages right now. The thing is, Foof, there are people that think that an ice age coming means that we've done something wrong, or that man has somehow influenced what's going on Earth. And we do. We're dumb. We're burning fossil fuel. But ice ages have come and gone and come and gone. It's not just like an ice age is on the way, so it was something that mankind influenced. And it's just like, no, the Earth's been doing this for millions of years, you know. And I'm obviously no Neil deGrasse Tyson. But the shit that goes on is not unique to this era. There you go. You guys are all caught up. A subject that I can't speak very intelligently to. 128 out of the rough. Let's hit a 140 club. It's going to go a lot further than 140. Guys, I don't know how much money you've got to spend on a set of fucking irons to not get hot shots like that. And it wasn't even a good swing. It was over the top with a closed club face. I don't know what you got to do, how much money you got to spend to not get those hot shots, but I have not figured out that dollar amount yet. That was probably the worst chip shot we've had today, and it waited till the 15th hole, so I'm thankful for that. PVC Golf's in the chat. Hello. Paul, how are you? Paul says Florida never closed. You mean for during COVID? I'll get over there. All right, guys. Bogey golf's okay golf. Foof said swine flu got filtered. Yeah, dude, I don't know why it would do that. Foof says we're past due for a polar magnetic reversal. I don't really want to be there when that happens, but we're past due. And Foof said trips to Mexico were so cheap during the vid, the only downside was having a Mexican firefighter shove a giant Q-tip up your ass for a test before you leave. Just kidding. He said nose. He didn't say ass. And PVC Golf says good, thank you. Yes, during COVID. Florida didn't shut down during COVID. I was still in the military when COVID struck. I was just about to retire. I was just about to hit that 20-year mark and get the fuck out of there. But the military went into fucking stupid mode when COVID happened. 475-yard par 5. Let's see if we hit two 200-yard shots. We'll have 72 into the pin. The driver's being fine right now, so let's hit driver. We do need to shallow the swing out a smidge, though, which I will try to do right now. There we go, much better. Uh-oh. Bounce right. How did I not see that tree in the middle of the fairway? Oh my God. The sad thing is I can probably hit a 200-yard punch shot with my 3-iron, but we do need to worry about this split fairway. Let's just slap a ball up there. I don't want to do that either. Let's just hit a ball up this direction, and hopefully it doesn't hit a tree and careen into the water. Foof said Shelby was like the stereotypical action movie cop 1 week from retirement. No, I didn't throw the towel in that badly. I'm getting too old for this shit. Oh, such a good strike. We're leaking over to the right. Bounce left. You guys, I could not have asked for a better shot than that. You're witnessing some okay golf on the channel today. PVC Golf says, thank you for your service. I appreciate it. I was in the I was in the Air Force, so I wasn't in I wasn't on the front lines. I wasn't getting shot at. If you guys know a Marine or someone in the Army, those guys were the ones that were actually defending your freedom, getting shot at and shit. No fucking way. I think I have died and gone to heaven, guys. I just chipped a ball into the hole on a par 5. May have died and gone to actual motherfucking heaven. Let's look at some TikToks. Let's split the difference here. I already told you about the fart guy. We got Danielle Noble here. Very uncommon spelling of Danielle. I've never seen this spelling. Danielle, like, none of her teachers knew how to spell her fucking name when she was in school. Not a goddamn one of them. Okay, when a man likes you, he talks to you every day, and apparently when you start to like him back, he's very busy and can't talk at all. That's how it works, apparently. Danielle, I don't even give a fuck what you're saying. I just know that in one TikTok, you used the word apparently twice. Okay? Proofread your shit before you hit post or send or whatever it is on TikTok. Not okay. Also, if the guy doesn't want to talk to you anymore, fucking find a new boyfriend. You dumbass. This is Life Content 1, which leads me to believe that there are multiple channels on TikTok named Life Content. At least one more that's just life content without the fucking one. This one says, once went to a work party with my husband. Everyone knew him. Nobody knew me. Guy walks up, looks at me and says, you must be his wife. I looked at my husband and said, you have a wife? Guys, I have a question here. If they're at a work party and they both don't work at the same place, why would they know her? Like if I went to a work party from where I work, no one would know my wife's name because she does not work where I work. I don't understand what this person's talking about. I don't understand what they're getting on about. But if it's a work party for him, why would they know who she was? Am I missing something? Let me know if I'm missing something, guys. Okay, this is Reagan, Ronald Reagan. She says, literally just saw a woman in a comment section passionately defending the fact that she leaves her newborn in the car for 30 seconds to go into Starbucks and get her coffee. And I'm like, why are some people parents? Well, Reagan, I can tell you why they're parents. Because when a man and a woman love each other, they have sex and a baby comes out nine months later. As for this woman leaving her newborn in the car for 30 seconds to run into Starbucks and get her coffee, who fucking cares? Who fucking cares, dude? If it was 30 minutes, yeah, that's child abuse. 30 seconds to run into Starbucks and grab your coffee off the counter? Fucking piss off. You have bigger fish to fry. There are children who don't know where their next meal's coming from, and you're worried about somebody leaving their kid in the car for 30 seconds to run into Starbucks to grab their drink. You need to get a fucking hobby, Reagan. All right. Let's play some fucking golf. Foof says, Eagles and flags. You guys, I really appreciate it. It really was not that hard, but I do appreciate the comments. Foof says he's getting filtered like crazy. Dude, I don't know. I can't change it. I'm really sorry. I wish you guys could say whatever you want in the chat, okay? Unless it was really shitty. Foof says, Shelby, remember when China was doing the Q-tip in the rear tests? I don't. I know there's a lot of nerve endings down there, so don't rule certain activities out, but I don't remember that. And Foof said they also had those roving incinerator vans in China for like the dead. Dude, I'm not tracking that shit. I'm not tracking that shit, brother. I'm not very worldly though, if you haven't noticed. Anyway, guys, we are direly behind here. 160 yards to the pin. We've got a slight, what would be called a cross/headwind. I just want to hit about 150 yards. Was that toey? It's leaking over to the right. I'm not even on the green on a par 3. This makes Shelby sad. Shelby sad. Oh, there was no way we were getting on that green, dude. Look at that false front. Not a chance. Not a fucking chance, gents. And ladies, if there's any ladies in here, feel free to introduce yourself. Oh my God, we are not bleeding strokes on the chipping game today. Rejoice. Hallelujah. Halla-fucking-lujah. 7 feet, 8 feet, 9 feet banana. Foof says, yes, it was crazy back then, and in China they were welding metal sheets over people's doors so they couldn't leave their apartments. During the Spanish flu or fucking COVID? I'm guessing he's talking about COVID because in the next sentence, Foof's talking about Q-tips up the asshole again for diplomats. Dude, I had not heard of any of this shit. Also, number 18 is a little son of a bitch of a hole here, guys. We've got to hit this fairway, and then we would have to hit 150 yards over the water. So I kind of want to be down here a ways. I am going to hit the 3 hybrid here and hope I don't smoke it. Dude. Some of the shit I would rather I didn't know was going on, honestly. Not the intended ball flight. And now we've got to make some very tough decisions here. Do we pull the plug or do we try to get over the water? I need to fly 160 off the fairway. I think we can get over there. We may not be on the green, but let's aim over here where it's a little bit fatter. Let's aim like right here. And then as long as I don't have a straight up miss hit with the 5-iron, we should be fine. It still went left. Okay, we're fine. Paul says he remembers. So Foof, I'm a gross son of a bitch. I'm gonna need to know about the face mites, buddy. Cough it up. I'm gonna need to know about the face mites. Go ahead and tell us about the face mites, my friend. Are there face mites in the simulator right now? That's what I need to know. Are there any face mites in the simulator currently? Guys, this thing is gonna go real right We'll be lucky to be anywhere near the pin, honestly, at 58 feet. One down, maybe 46 feet here. Well, I'll be a monkey's uncle, dude. That's a par. Guys, that was a really freaking good round. It was so good I didn't even say fuck, I said freaking. Really great round. Let's check out stats. This makes me happy. 1 eagle, 2 bogeys, 2 doubles. This makes me very happy. Still only hit 30% of fairways, which is bat fucking shit crazy. Let's play round 2 a little bit quicker than we played this round because it's already 4 p.m. my time. Where are we at for Michigan Golf Course Tour? Let's see if they ratcheted up the diarrhea dial here. No, they didn't. We're still at 4-foot gimmies, but we've got soft greens now so we can attack. And we're still blue tees. Stimp went up. Stimp went up though. So we're gonna need to pay attention to that. That's gonna probably get us for the first few holes, but we should be fine. So, Foof, if I Google that, am I going to get a bunch of disgusting pictures? Okay, I had heard, Foof says pretty much everybody has them. They get them from their parents when they're babies. I had heard that, and then Paul says Shelby's on fire. I really appreciate it. That was a phenomenal round. I appreciate the kind words. So, guys, I can't resist. I've got to Google this. Let's take a look at some disgusting fucking face mites. Demodex. Demodex. Not as gross as I thought it was gonna be. It's still gross as fuck. Don't we get it? Don't we get it in our mother's birth canal or something, if I'm not mistaken? I don't know how it's pronounced. Demodex is a genus of tiny mites that live in or near hair follicles of mammals. Around 65 species of Demodex are known. 2 species live on humans. Demodex with a folliculorum and Demodex brevis, both frequently referred to as eyelash mites. Alternatively, face mites or skin mites. Okay, I thought this was going to be way grosser, dude. It's pretty gross. Like, if you show up to a date and see a chick with fucking eyelashes that look like this, you probably ought to run the other direction. It's not that bad. I'm not saying it's good, but it's not too bad. Foof says they're extremely tiny, so they're only microscopic pictures. And Paul said he thought it was something gay. Oh, fuck. I thought it was something gay. Oh, God. I kind of want to try to drive this green, but let's play smart golf. I need to get... let's hit the 4 hybrid over there. I think we went through the back of the fairway last time to the left, if I'm not mistaken. You guys remember when the word gay just meant like gay? People didn't get all offended by it. Guys, I don't have any problem with homosexual people or lesbians. LGBTQI456789 C3PO R2D2. I don't give a shit what you do behind closed doors. It's none of my business. But I do still wish that there were some words that we could use as freely as we did back in the 90s. That are not, they're not slurs, they're just, that's all I'll say. Was that another toe ball? You guys, we're almost in the same spot we were on the first round. That's kind of funny and disturbing because I'm such a horrible fucking golfer. 110 to the Pinsky. Oh my. Rip back. Rip back. Oh, dude, that's funny. If that doesn't get us in the cup, that's fine. I'm not going to sit and triangulate this putt. It's not like my fucking mortgage is on the line or something. Oh, come on, dude. That was so close. Did I push it? I did not. I did not push it. Foof, based on our recent conversation, whose Wikipedia page do you want me to go on? The gays or Demodex follicularium? I'm okay with going to either of them, but this conversation's taken a lot of strange turns lately, and I may not know exactly what you're talking about. Oh, I slapped the shit out of it. Don't go anywhere weird. We're so fucked. Can I get out of here? Guys, I've died and gone to heaven. Look at that window through that tree. Doesn't get any better than that. Let's hit a punch shot with the 3-iron. Why a 3-iron, you say? I am not really sure, because I'm stupid. Yep. I'm dead. I'm in heaven. It's official. I'm dead. Still got a long putt. To the Wikipedia page we go. Dude, this is not nearly gross enough to warrant this much time on the channel. Wikipedia. Here we go. Here we go, guys. So we got Demodex and Demodex follicularum. Okay, we saw this gross picture already. What am I looking for, brother? It's got the same disgusting picture here in both. Let me know what I'm looking for. Breaking putt. Of course, the cursor's not here. Let's aim over here. It's gonna break. It's gonna break a little bit. We're flat. We're basically flat. I just don't trust the break. 40-footer. Oh, all right. We may have just bought ourselves a bogey. The reproduction and life cycle part. What a strange fucking thing to look at in a golf show. You said the reproduction and life cycle part. I don't see anything for this one. Okay, here. The entire life cycle of D. folliculorum takes 14 to 16 days. Adult mites copulate at the top of the hair follicle. If you guys are following along at home, copulate means to have sex near the skin surface. So 2 adult mites are having sex on top of a hair follicle. Okay. So far it's pretty romantic, I won't lie. Eggs are deposited on the sebaceous gland inside the hair follicle. Okay, that's pretty fucking gross. The heart-shaped egg is 0.01 millimeters or 39 thousandths of an inch long and hatches into 6-legged larvae. In 7 days, the larva develops into a mature adult with 2 intervening nymph stages. The adult lives for 4 to 6 days. So basically, we're talking about a week or 2, and these mites are constantly having sex on your hair follicle. Living, dying, having sex on a hair follicle. Living, dying, having sex on a hair follicle. So, yeah, that's pretty gross, bro. Pretty gross. God damn it. Worst mite ever. Oh, no. God fucking damn it. God damn it. Goddamn mites. What do we got here, boys and girls? Where am I at? Where's my tee box? So I just need to get something down the fairway here. Can't get cute with it. We really need this to just be in play so that we have something over to the green. This is the hole on the last round where some fucking twig the size of my index finger completely stopped my ball from going the direction it was supposed to. So PVC, basically these mites are having sex on you right now. Very romantic, right? Very romantically disgusting. Oh, son of a bitch. All right, guys. It was only a matter of time before the game The game completely went to pieces. Here we are. This is a shot I'm not so sure I would take in real life. I would probably bail out right here is what I'd do in real life. Like a smart golfer. And we're going to probably take a bogey or a double here, but everybody who's regular to the channel here knows that my game falls apart frequently. There you go. Now we've got a whopping 180 yards into the pin, which really sucks balls. Foof says they do it while you're sleeping, then you wake up and they go back inside. Dude, what's sad is that's probably not the grossest shit going on my fat body right this second. When you start getting down to a microscopic level, you don't even want to fucking know what's going on. All right? Foof, you know all this stuff's going on your body too right now. Poorly struck ball, but we will be just fine. All right, let's try to get out of here without too much collateral damage, as I like to say. They eat the oil on your skin as their food. Thank you, Foof. Thank you, sir. All right, roll, 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 roll. Took a little too much turf there. Let's get to this pin for double bogey and take our lumps for a poor tee shot. Uphill, 10 inches it says. Okay, maybe we're taking a triple. Guys, when something says you're up 10 inches over 20 feet, you might want to hit the ball kind of firm. You may just want to hit the ball a little more firm than normal. All right, there you go. Let's try not to get too many more of those up in this motherfucker. But let's check out some TikToks. My phone's disconnected from Lonely Screen. We'll reconnect here. So Foof says it's better not to know some things. I don't think either, because I've already been exposed to that at some point in my education or life. But that wasn't as gross to me as some other shit that I know is going on. We already looked at that one. We already looked at this twat waffle. Yep, it's a maple leaf, not a weed. Plant. Yep. I'm really bad at deleting these. I'm sure this lady's bashing her husband or her boyfriend or something. We'll see. Her name's Marley McAden. People, don't name your kids Marley. Boy, girl, don't name them Marley. Name them something nice like Jennifer or Trisha or not fucking Marley. Crazy how I can get 3 hours of sleep at night and still manage to take care of a baby the whole day. But if my husband gets less than 10 hours of sleep, he must take a 2-hour nap in order to function. Because boys and girls' bodies are exactly the same. Also, this fucking Marley here is clearly on an airplane taking pictures of herself with her stupid fucking obligatory nose hoop. Marley, not everyone needs the same amount of sleep. You can't bash your husband for needing sleep, okay? There's somewhere somebody is saying that you're a fucking douchebag because you need 3 hours of sleep and they only need 2. Get the fuck out of here. All right, next. Okay, guys, we've heard from the Ellie Barker quite a bit. This one's not as bad as normal. She says, random thought of the day, being a man must be so embarrassing. Hold on. There's some spelling and grammar issues here. Being a man must be so embarrassing. Let me stop you there. It's not, okay? Being a man must be so embarrassing. I think she's trying to say because why the fuck are you following so many women on Insta who don't even know your name? Why does that matter? There's a lot of people who follow this channel that I unfortunately don't know their name, and I don't have that many subscribers. Like, I don't know how many followers this gal has, but there's no way she knows every one of her followers' names. That's absurd. Come up with better content. That's not even good. This is Zoe. She says, my version of taking care of a man is making sure his belly's full and his jewels are empty every day. I'm going to go ahead and high five Zoe, even though I know she's full of shit. There's no way that she's cooking dinner for her husband or boyfriend and emptying his jewels every day. But more power to you, sister. Even if it's every other day, you're doing really well. All right, we got to get a move on here, folks. This live stream is taking an absolute goddamn eternity. Foof says you don't swallow spiders when you sleep. Then why do they keep coming out of my butthole? And Foof says Marley is a dog's name. I don't think any person, place, or thing should be named Marley, except Bob Marley. It's an acceptable last name, and I believe it's also slang for a marijuana cigarette. Okay? And this is coming from a dude named Shelby, aka a boy named Sue. When I say don't name your kids certain names, it comes from a place of love and experience. Don't fucking name your kids Marley. Don't do it. Worst case scenario, middle name is Marley. Not their first, though. All right, let's play some golf. Let's play some golf. Let's play some golf. Foof is correct. There are a lot of names that have, over the generations, have become boy/girl/boy/girl. My parents say that when they were growing up in the 60s and 70s, that they knew a lot of dudes named Shelby. I don't know. I wasn't there, obviously. But it did not make my life any easier. I will tell you that. It did not make my life very easy. You guys, this hole is fucking long. It's so long. 550. Because that was two pretty good strikes. I think they were both 3 hybrid. We're still 100 yards from the pin. Jesus. Foof says it could be worse. They could have named me Marion. Marion. I don't know, dude. I get it. Parents, especially, you guys, if you want to go down a rabbit hole, look at the stupid fucking shit that Utah parents name their kids. You want to go down a rabbit hole? Look that shit up. This state is very special when it comes to naming children. Go ahead, look it up. Don't be shy. Go ahead, look it up. You guys, these golf clubs, these beryllium copper ping I2s, they generate so much backspin. It's almost disgusting. And I love it because I suck. 5. Okay, we needed that. Oh, what if they named you... Never mind. We won't do that. Okay, guys, I'm sure we remember this hole from round one. I need to be somewhere over in this general region. We probably should aim for the fat part here. And then just get something over there and you'll have a little like 7-iron into the green. Paul says he always wanted a set of copper. If you've got the coin, like, I don't want to delay the live stream anymore, but you guys feel free to come and go as you please. If you go on eBay, there's always a set of these beryllium coppers available. Let's go check them out now. So if we go ping I2, beryllium copper, and you can just search copper. You don't have to put beryllium in there. And then we go to buy it now because auctions fucking suck. And let's also sort to lowest price first. And let's zoom in a little bit here. You can see some of these Jaggaloons are selling singles, but if we start to scroll down, we'll start to find full sets. Yep, I swear to God, eventually we'll find a full set. Can I just tell it I want a set? Whoa, does it say set? Iron set, there we go. Okay, so obviously this is not, right? These are pretty niche, but you've got 3-through pitching wedge here. They're red dot, but you can easily bend them to whatever you are on the ping scale. And it says they're even matching serial numbers, which is pretty good for a 3-through pitching wedge set. I get that not everybody has $450 to spend on a set of vintage irons, but they're always here. Some of them come from the US, some of them come from Japan, but they really are, they're always available, dude. And no, Foof, we're not going to look at the lob wedge prices because you're just going to make fun of me again for not having the lob wedge. I'm not falling for your shit again, dude. You tricked me once already. Foof says Battlestar Galactica was made by a Mormon. I don't get it. They still name their kids stupid shit, dude. And it's not just Mormons, it's Utah women. Utah women and men, but I'm guessing it's mostly the women. All right, Foof wants to look at the fucking lob wedge so we can see that they're $285. And he can make fun of me because I don't have a lob wedge. Okay, here we go. Ping I2 lob wedge. It's going to be about $300 US at the end of the day. Shipping lowest. You guys can see these are very expensive. We don't want an iron set. We just want a lob wedge. Buy it now. That's not a lob wedge. That's a fucking 4-iron. Red dot 2. There's no way that's not a lob wedge. Sand wedge. Sand wedge. 210. That's actually a really good price. I don't think I've seen this one. And it's not even a plus. This is actually a really good price for a lob wedge. There's got to be something wrong with it. It's not a plus. The face looks really clean. Should I buy this right now? Dude, I really want this golf club. And then Foof will stop making fun of me. God damn it. Missing Links Golf. Missing Links Golf says, just add Lee or Lynn on the name. And Missing Links Golf says he was Mormon quite a lot of his life, live in Utah, left the church in 2018, but names here are crazy. Hey brother, my wife and I were Mormon for a couple of years too. Don't feel bad. Just add Lee or Lynn. Do I have any money? I do. I have some money. Kind of want to buy this. Am I signed into my account? I'll sign in. I'll do it on my phone. That's really good because the last time I checked, the lob wedge was almost 300 bucks. Yeah, I might buy that once we get off the live stream here. And then Foof can quit making fun of me for being a fucking poor piece of shit. All right, guys, we got to get down the fairway here. My bad. What do we got going on here? Missing Links Golf, are you still here in Utah? Live in Utah, okay. Didn't you say, have you ever been in the chat before? Didn't you say you lived like south of me or something? You guys, this is probably going in the water, but here we go. Oh, look at that fucking towy piece of shit. We got over the water. That's all that matters. And we are rolling into the flat of the fairway. You can't really bitch about that. Okay. Yeah, dude, I have the attention span of a goldfish. So if we talked before in the chat, I apologize. But you can see that I'm kind of handicapped. All right, guys, we've got a slight headwind and we got to get over to the pin. I would say let's just hit right at the pin. Missing Link said he subbed. Okay, so maybe we haven't talked. Yeah, it's good to meet you, sir. Where do you live? You don't have to tell me exactly where, but like what part of Utah are you in? Just don't get wet. I don't even give a fuck where the ball lands. Sit. Guys, that was a pretty good shot considering how much of a rookie I am at golf. Started playing seriously like a year and a half ago, so that's a good shot for this fat old bald man. We do got a brutal chip shot ahead of us though. Not quite enough, but at least it didn't roll back down. Foof said he told me it'd become an addiction. Yeah, dude, I don't think I can turn that shit down for 200 bucks. And the dude's in the US, so it won't take 4 months to get here. Foof says beryllium coppers have the aura around them that makes people want to collect. Well, after that, I'll have all of them, so. I even have a beryllium copper PAL 4 putter over here, so. But PVC, if you do get some beryllium coppers, unless you just want to collect the whole set, I think 3-through pitching wedge is a damn good investment. Because most people can't hit a 1 and a 2 iron worth of fuck anyway. I mean, you got to hit that shit. You got to have a pretty good swing speed, and you got to hit that shit pure. Because the 1 iron's a 16 degree, right? It's not too far removed from a putter. Sally needs to put her purse down, but that still almost went in the hole. All All right, guys, I didn't really want to take a bogey there, but we towed the fuck out of the tee shot. Missing Links Golf's in Riverton. Dude, I've lived here my whole life. Riverton. Why isn't that ringing a bell to me? I'm up in West Haven. Let's at least see what golf courses are near you, brother. 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 Riverton. I can spell, thankfully. Oh, okay, you're down south of me. So Daybreak, Riverton. So hold on, man. Riverton. So you're outside of Tooele. You're like east of Tooele. How did I already fuck this up? Riverton, go. Oh yeah, dude, you're east of Tooele down there. My boss commutes to Roy from Tooele, and so we played, I think last summer we played Oker Hills. Okay. What is your favorite course down in that direction? Foof says you'll have one through lobby. Foof, what you don't know is there's a club beyond the lob wedge. It was a 62 degree. And it's even more rare than the lob wedge. And I'm going to get that before you do. You didn't know about the 62 degree beryllium copper, did you? It's called the unicorn wedge. And I'm going to get it, buddy. I'll just stay up. God damn it. Stay up. Missing Link says River Oaks off 90th west side of I-15. I've never played River Oaks, brother. I don't think we've ever gone that far south. River Oaks. No, we went down to Orem because that was the only place that had a tee time. Like Sleepy Ridge or something. It's like a link style course. Sleepy Ridge. Was it Sleepy Ridge? PVC says he's been looking at him for a few years. He has a copper pal, but also want an A1. Yeah. Some of the stuff is super easy to find and it's super inexpensive, but there's other shit like the beryllium copper lob wedge that you've got a better chance of winning the lottery, you know. You guys, that's assuming that ball stops somewhere, that's a really good out from the bunker. I seriously think I've died and gone to heaven here. I know I'm 3 up after 5, or 6, but we're going to be 4 up after 6 here, actually. Excuse me. Oh, shit. Oh, shit. What did I do wrong there? HLA was fine. I just smoked it. Nobody's here for the golf, dude. I'm not good at golf. Foof says the A1 is the OG ping putter that actually... the reason that ping is called ping, if I'm not mistaken. Foof's going to get the beryllium copper 69-degree unicorn wedge. And Missing Link says he lives closest to Riverbend, which is in Riverton. Fun little course. When you say little, is it like a par 3 or is it a 9-hole or is it just not long? Usually when people preface by saying little, it's because it's like when I talk about Eagle Lake over here in Roy, I call it a fun little course because it's a little like par 60 something 9-hole course that you play twice, so it's not a par 60 anything. It's like a par, I don't know, par 30 or something. Please go right. You guys, that shot could not have landed in many worse places, but it looks like we're going to get some grace here. We're losing a lot of distance. This ball's, I'm obviously fast forwarding, but I think we just lost we lost a lot. Let's just put it that way. But we're, I don't know, 120 something into the pin. I'm gonna get me a lob wedge. Oh, that's going right. That was poorly struck. Get up there. 21. We are, you guys, we're basically on another continent. We got a lot of break. We'll get up there as close as we can. 65 plus 20, 26 is, let's just call it 100 feet. Played too much break. No, I mean, I pushed the shit out of it too. We might be able to get into the cup at 4 feet. Putting is not my strong suit. Oh, fuck me, dude. Was that a double? Okay. Let's not have too many more of those. How about that? Missing Link says it's a full 18, shorter full 18 it looks like. Foof says take the 1 iron and bend it to 69 degrees. That'll be the real unicorn. Dude. I don't know if it would put up with it. Oh, and it has such shitty bounce too. Dude, that club would be less than fucking useless. Let's play a little bit more dangerously here. I can't drive the green, but I think we might be able to get somewhere near it up there. It was toey. I kind of wanted a little bit of fade over, but we'll be fine. It ain't OB. Must have got a little toey there. Maybe if I keep practicing, I think someday I'll be able to hit the ball that far. You can hit the ball pretty far in Utah because we're at high altitude, but so a 300-yard drive here in Utah is I hit a couple of them every round, but it's a lot harder to do at sea level, you know, or 500 feet or whatever. Not a bad shot. Wish it'd be closer, but I wish a lot of things that don't happen. I was trying to snuggle that up to the pin. I didn't know it was going to break so far to the right. You guys, that's some rookie golf at its best there. Decent drive, and we may have just fucking blown it to go 6 over. Okay, we haven't looked at a TikTok in a while because they're so bad we need time to recover from them. We lost connection with the stupid casting software again, pardon me. All right, we have a funny day here, DAE. He says, in case you were wondering, I've been alive 20 plus years and still haven't figured out the right thing to say when someone knocks on the door of the public bathroom you're in. You guys, if you haven't been in a bathroom stall in a public bathroom and had somebody knock on it because they're too fucking stupid to look under to see if there's any feet in the stall, it's a very special event that is pretty hard to put out of your mind afterward, right? Because you're sitting there pinching a loaf and you hear somebody come into the bathroom and you know that there's some remote chance that they're going to knock on your stall door. Guys, just look in the mirror opposite the stall to see if you can see a set of feet, or just kind of look and see if there's some feet. But what I yell when somebody does that to me is I yell, "Occupado!" What does this gal have to say? This gal's name is Michelle, and she's an Ohio hairstylist. She says, one thing I pride myself on. One thing you pride yourself on? What the fuck are you even trying to say? One thing I pride myself on as a woman is I know I've never made another woman have to check my profile with tears in her eyes and shaky hands. You don't do that. The dumbass dude who's like already with a woman and is checking out other women on TikTok or social media is the problem. But Michelle, thank you for not being that woman. We appreciate you, okay? What's this gal's name? Strawberry milk latte? All right, whatever you say, lady. How do I explain this feeling to a man? You probably don't. We'll just start there. You probably don't. Fresh black box dye, 30-inch clip-in extensions, beach wave, sharp eyeliner, and ice-cold Diet Coke. Lady, about the only thing that I give a fuck about there is an ice-cold Diet Coke. Okay? And if you can make it a Coke Zero, that would be even better. But trying to explain to a man a fresh box of black dye, 30-inch clip-in extensions, beach wave, and sharp eyeliner is like me trying to explain to you how to rebuild a fucking 383 big block. I don't give a fuck about what you're saying. You don't give a fuck about what I'm saying. Okay? Let's just leave it at that. Nobody cares. All right, guys, there's some TikToks for you fresh asses. We have something in the chat here. I got nothing against strawberry milk latte, but why would you try to explain like something like that to a man? Unless you're trying to explain it to like Dimebag Daryl or something. PVC says he comes in. He says come in. Foof is curious to see what a 90-degree wedge would do. Keep that thought in your mind, because I have a Lion loft bender. I don't know, dude. It's almost like it'd be the reverse of a putter. That'd be weird, depending on the bounce. Foof says the worst is when the lock doesn't fully latch, so the door slightly opens, and then they try the handle and you have to lean forward and push the door closed again. You are 100% correct. And let me add to that, it's even worse when you're in the middle of wiping your ass when that happens. It's fucking terrible. All right, guys. This hole we played before, we got soft greens this time. We just need to hit a little like 190-yard shot, which is easier said than done, especially for somebody who is of the handicap I am. So let's try to hit the ball like right there. Hybrids are, these long irons are not super easy to hit, but I will do the best I can. We should have just left it in the heart of the green. It ain't long enough anyway. Valiant effort, guys. That's a long par 3 for a 6,200-yard course. That was a valiant effort. Come on in. I kept the seat warm for you. Problem is I'm still on the seat. Oh, wow. Holy fucking shit. Foof, what's the loft on the beryllium copper lob wedge? Because the sand wedge is 57. What's the beryllium copper? I actually don't have any idea. We can probably clear this water with driver. Short par 4. But for the sake of getting the live stream over a little quicker, I'm not going to hit 3 hybrid when I can hit driver. That should come back to the left by virtue of the fucking NASCAR bank there. Foof has mentioned a truly disturbing scenario here. He says everybody's favorite is when you have diarrhea at a baseball or football game and you got 20 guys waiting for you to finish the stall with no door. Few and far between, but unfortunately that has happened to me. Maybe not those exact numbers. Maybe not that exact consistency of shit. But still, it's all the same. That's going to be short, but that was a good shot. Roll up. Guys, pro tip, never mind. 29 footer. Uh-oh. Oh, that's right. You guys, I think I forgot that we're on 12 stimp. It's actually pretty amazing that we're not further behind than we are. We went from 10 to 12 stimp. It's almost like I need some sort of reminder what stimp we're playing on. Right? Because we went from 10 stimp normal greens to 12 stimp soft. which I'll take any day of the week. 61 degrees on the lob. Holy shit, dude. That's a good way to bury your golf club in the ground. I didn't know it was that high lofted, but at the same time, why wouldn't it be if the sand wedge is 57 point whatever, right? I guess I just didn't think about it. I'll still buy the motherfucker though. Decent shot. It's fading a little toward the bunk, but we should be just fine. Foof says they're when everyone's shoulder to shoulder using the trough. Yeah, I've done that plenty of times at ball games, and there's some bar we used to go to that had a trough instead of like urinals. Oh, fuck yeah, dude. We were at a, I'm not a country fan. I'm more of like a, metal / rock. But we were at a Cody Jinks concert down, I think at the Sandy Amphitheater. Sandy Amphitheater, is that right? And in the beginning, the men are using the men's restroom and the women are using the women's restroom. But by the end of the concert, people are so fucking drunk that they're just using whatever restroom is open. But everyone was like cool with it at this Cody Jinks concert. And it was very heartwarming. Because the men were using the women's bathroom, the women was using the men's bathroom. Nobody was getting fucking weird about it. Get left. Oh, give me a fairway. Give me a fairway. Is that going to be a shitty lie? Foof says you could bend your pings to lower lofts. I've thought about it. Yes, sir. Make the sand wedge a 54 and the lob wedge a 58. That's actually a really good idea because the gapping between the pitching wedge and the sand wedge is like 7 degrees, which is, everybody said, kind of weird. Foof says sand wedge for plus is a 53, but that might be too much for bending. Yeah, I don't want to bend it too much. PVC says, do you bend your I2s? Yes, I bent mine from black dot to green dot according to the ping height / wrist to floor measurement. And then I painted them to become green dots. But I have a lie and loft bending machine in my shop. And Foof says if it's an outdoor concert and only one porta potty is still usable, dude, that's inhumane. Especially after everybody's been drinking those $20 tall boys all night, dude. You got motherfuckers peeing in the bush and shit. Yeah, Foof had Ping do his. I opted to buy a fucking bending machine because I don't know, I guess I'm weird. But you can send them back to Ping and they'll bend them and check the specs and repaint them and stuff. Get right. Fuck. Too much club, gents. Too much club. What club was that? God damn it. PVC plays white dot. So what are you, like 6'2", 6'3"? You got to be pretty tall to play white dot. You're probably what, 6'6", I don't know, 6'3", but it also depends on your wrist to floor. All right, you guys, that was not anywhere near the pin, but I'm just happy to not be bleeding strokes from the edge of the green. One must know when to be happy about things and just let them be, right? Just let them be. Even though this is the longest 2.5 hours already. Oh, stay in the cycle. Stay in the cycle. You guys, this 12 stimp is kicking the shit out of your boy here. 7-4. Right. So, yeah, white's 3. No, I would never, ever try to bend a maroon to a gold dot. Hell no, dude. You're asking for trouble. I was bending a set of forged irons the other day, and I thought that those motherfuckers were going to let go at any moment. Like I had the cheater bar on there, and I'm fixing the lie, and I had to be so careful because it felt like they were just going to let go. Like you were just going to snap the hosel in half at any moment. All right. All right, all right, all right. Let's go. Happy Friday, everybody. Hopefully you guys got some fun plans for tonight. Maybe you got to work tomorrow. Either way, be thankful for what you've got. Oh, come on, some bitch. Go! Get on the fairway. No chance, no chance. Yeah, so PVC, if you're going to buy a set of beryllium coppers, make sure that they're within a color code of 2 from where you need to be. And then you can fucking mail them to me and I'll fix them for you, or you can send them to Ping, or God forbid you can have your local shop work on them if you're brave. My local shop is a bunch of fucking kids with broccoli hair, fucking llama haircuts. And God bless them, but I don't want them touching my fucking vintage golf clubs. You know? It's a pride thing. Holy shit, we just launched that fucker to the moon. Was it that bad of a shot? I think it was, the shot was 27 yards offline to the right, but there was also, I didn't pay attention to the lie. I think the ball was below our feet. So that's my bad, guys. 59 yards. Let's try to do a 3-iron punch out of here. I should be paying attention to the lie. That's stuff you're going to pay attention to at the real golf course because you don't have a choice but to pay attention to it, because you're either your feet are above the ball or they're below the ball. But in the simulator, it's easy to forget what lie you're in. But that was a good punch. This is a tough looking green, just period. Oh, that just stopped. That sucks, man. This is a brutal little green. A lot of movement. We're probably looking at a bogey out of here, but that's fine. We did our best. We had a few good shots. We had one that was a product of me not paying attention to my lie. And if that ball sticks, we should be fine. Get out of there with a bogey. Foof's right. He says good golf shop bros. I'm guessing at least 30% of them are wearing a good hat or one of those stupid. There's nothing wrong with good. I like kangaroo golf. It's just they're younger kids and it's typically difficult for an older generation to identify with a younger generation. Same way as our parents' parents had a hard time identifying with them. Same way that our parents probably had a difficult time identifying with us. I don't want some fucking kid with a broccoli haircut bending my vintage fucking copper irons. It's not personal, I promise. It's not personal. So Foof says it's better than Barstool. Barstool is like frat boy golf? Dude, I'm not tracking Barstool. Like, they don't even pop up in my YouTube feed. Are they pretty fratty then? Some frat boys? All right, yeah, dude, I might have to check them out. I've never even heard of them. There looks like there's a bunker or something over there. Looks like we flew it. Some of these greens are crowned, so they're kind of hard to stick on, especially if you're not striking the ball well. We'd obviously would have stuck to the green there because we're playing soft greens, but there was an order of events that we needed to take place and it didn't. Oh my God. I need to go buy a lottery ticket, dude. Holy shit. Let's look at some TikToks. What does this gal have to say? Very strange thing going on here with this gal. She looks like she's on a farm. She's wearing a skirt, but she's wearing like a milking apron, which there's nothing wrong with that. Her name's Ashley. She's got egg skirts and cute little sun hats. Not every rights movement was about rights. Okay. Let's see what she has to say. She says feminism was a Marxist scam to get women into the workforce so they could tax both parents and indoctrinate our kids. That is an interesting take. That is an interesting take. That's actually really fucking interesting. I'm not even being facetious. Okay, are we back to the copper golf clubs here? Do I have nothing better to show you guys? Yes, I took a lot of pictures of my fucking copper golf clubs. I'm sorry. Is that a crime? What? This lady says part-time American dancer, height 168. I'm guessing that's centimeters. She's talking about her boobs here, I think. She's a 64 DDDDD, so 5 Ds there. She's obviously not showing them. Those would be very large boobs. And she says city American. No fucking context whatsoever. Have fun with that one. I got nothing. I got nothing. Let's go ahead and delete that one and never look at it again. Becca Silver says, what's it called when you don't want them anymore and genuinely hate them but don't want to see them with anyone else and you want them to miss you? It's called mental fucking retardation and you should probably get evaluated. Jesus Christ. Get a hold of yourself. Ashley Love says, I invited a guy over that I met Tinder. It should say I invited a guy over that I met on Tinder. You guys, proofreading your shit before you hit go is important. He's mad. Oh, God. He's mad because all I want to do is play my video games and chill. Am I the red flag? Yeah, Ashley. If you met a guy on Tinder, he probably thinks you wanted to have sex with him. That's where people meet up to have sex, is on Tinder. So if you invited him over and all you want to do is play video games and chill and there is no happy ending pending or forthcoming, he's probably not going to be super happy about you. Also, one nose hoop is too many. Why do you fucking need 2? You just, no. If you're going to hook up with a dude on Tinder and have him come over and then all you want to do is play video games, you're a fucking terrible person. That's not what Tinder's for. Go, if you want to play video games with somebody, go maybe meet them at GameStop or the fucking Lego store or something. If you meet them on Tinder, they're expecting something, okay? They're expecting something. All right, guys, we got 4 holes left here. Barstool did the Internet Invitational. Okay, I think I've heard of that. That should be pretty easy to find. And then Foof says public school is like the worst possible thing for kids. Are you talking about the farmer gal that said that feminism was Marxist? I'm pretty sure that's what you're referring to, but I did a whole bunch of TikToks there, shotgun style. What do we got? 180 to the Penske here. I'm running out of steam pretty quick. I'm quite hungry. 182, 182, 182, 182. What's my 182 club? And I got to fly some water too. The PSYOP farmer lady. Any small town America. Okay. That's probably wet. Oh wait, that's not water. Maybe it was swampy. So that was red, that was lateral hazard, but I managed to not hit in it somehow, which is a goddamn Christmas miracle. You guys, we're hitting over a pretty large hump here. Uh, 27 yards. Let's really open up the club face here and see what kind of magic we can make happen. That was fine. Well, remember the TikTok from the other night that said something about saying kids need to move out of the house when they're 18 as a ploy to get people paying 10 mortgages and 10 this and 10 that and 10 the other? Oh, that was so close. Just stay. It's not even going to stay in the fucking circle. This is for bogey, unfortunately. That was a bit of a rough hole. Which is fine, you guys. We're doing just fine. I'm a 15 handicap in real life, so there's nothing wrong with this golf we're playing here. What'd that scoreboard say? That's weird. Let's get this up the fairway here with the old driver. And I'm hungry. I'm hungry. I need to eat. That was so bad, dude. Okay, okay. Really weird bounce there once it hit the ground. That's going to make this hole considerably more difficult because it's a par 5, but Launch Monitor didn't like something about that shot. Nice and shallow. Club path was only slightly over the top. There's something about that shot that it didn't like. For reference, the ball impacted right here, right directly above the center line. So I'm not sure why that had gone 30 yards to the left. Somebody who's better at reading this cockamamie data than me can have a go at it, but I don't know why that ball would have gone so far to the left. It's neither here nor there. Seriously, nobody cares. We can't get it up there. Let's just get to the end of this fairway here. Let's just hit something we know can't get to the water. And also keep in mind we have this tree in the fairway. That was the ping 3-iron. So we're kind of exactly where we wanted to be. We might actually have a chance at parring out of here, even though the drive was, I think, a misread by the Launch Monitor. But I often have people chime in and say, did you see this, this, and this in the data? That's why the ball went left. So that's fine. I won't say I'm an expert at reading the data, though, either. 106 yards into the Pinsky. That's going to be right and probably short. Get up there. Do we have a false front or something on the green? These greens all have something fucking wrong with them, dude. Good shot, though. We're fine. Okay, what do we got here? It's pretty leaky, 9-footer. It's fast too. Got to give a smidge more break when the greens are fast. I don't know why. I'm not a physicist. And it also helps to hit the ball in the goddamn hole. But there's you another bogey. We're still doing fine. 50. You can attack the pin on this one pretty good. Maybe hit your 150 club because the greens are soft. That might be near. Okay, I was going to say it should be near the pin because we had 145 yards of carry in the launch monitor software, but we lost 10 yards of carry. Probably something to do with the elevation. And sometimes it's hard to remember that the launch monitor thinks I'm at 4,300 feet above sea level, but we should be fine. Oh, could have used that birdie. Foof says, did I tell you when I sliced a tee shot, hit a tree trunk, and it bounced back perfectly to the center of the fairway? I don't think you did, but if you play enough golf, that's eventually going to happen to everybody. I'm not saying you're not special, because you are. You're very special to me. Okay, guys, probably the last TikToks of the night. This gal's name is Sweet Nightmare, so I can only imagine that she's going to say something fucking stupid. 1838, men built castles for women. That was a different time, young lady. That was a different time, okay? Very different time. In 2026, men worry she'll order a salad and they'll have to pay for it. You guys, some men built castles for women in 1838. Also, I'm not sure how many castles were still being built in 1838, but that's kind of another subject for another day. 1838, in the scheme of things, was not that long ago. 2026, some men, I'd say some small portion of men, are worried that the girl will order a salad they have to pay for, okay? And a gourmet salad, I can't imagine being more than fucking $20, $25. This girl's obviously just complaining to complain, but it does say that her tag is, her handle is Sweet Nightmare. So, really, what can we expect? Right, folks? What can we expect from a self-proclaimed Sweet Nightmare? Erin Jennings, I must have taken this screen snip while she was blinking. I'm really sorry, Erin. You seem like a lovely young lady. Imagine how awesome it is to be a husband and mention, I'm out of deodorant, and the next day deodorant magically appears on the counter. How is that the dude's fault? Like if I'm smearing deodorant on in the morning and I notice that I'm down to the plastic, and I say I'm out of deodorant, I'm simply stating a fact. Okay? It doesn't mean you needed to order deodorant. You did that on your own, so maybe you should shut the fuck up. Secondly, or thirdly, or whatever fact we're on, You act like he said I'm out of Ford Super Duty fucking dually F350, and the next day a Ford Super Duty dually F350 showed up in the fucking driveway. Like, you really didn't do that much. You probably went on Amazon and searched for fucking whatever deodorant he uses, and it showed up fucking overnight shipping. Like, don't act like you did anything difficult. Okay, I think we might be out of TikToks. Guys, I think we're at the end of the road, and I need to sit on the toilet and take a shit and look for more TikToks. So that's pretty fitting, because I think we're on 18. We're 8 over par on the second round. Not too bad, not too bad at all. PVC Golf. Foof already sold me up the river while I was talking shit on these people on TikTok. I use the software. The software you see here is called GS Pro, and I'm not a fan, but we won't go too much into that. I think they could do better. It's $250 a year, and I think they could do a lot better. They've been doing some quality of life improvements, but the physics and stuff are still pretty broken compared to what you're going to see outside. And then the launch monitor up here is a ProTee VX. It's an overhead launch monitor. I'm sure you've already seen. You can have them sit here in front of you. You can have them sit behind you. You've got your overhead. And that's pretty much the 3 flavors of launch monitor. But I just think that GS Pro is a little, it's $250 a year, and I think it's a little spendy for what you're getting. For $250 a year, I think most people would agree that you should get a polished piece of software that, if it's calling itself simulation software, the physics should be pretty close to what would happen in real life. But you'll see, especially the more you watch this channel and some of these other guys' SimTube channels, the physics they get funky sometimes. But Foof already sold me up the river. Some people swear by it, and some people have kind of caught on to the fact that the physics are janky, and you'll have a ball that'll roll right over the fucking cup, like the shadow of the ball's in the cup and the ball won't fall. Just shit like that. Some of the ways the ball ricochets off of different stuff, like fence posts or concrete or trees. Granted, you should never be hitting fence posts or concrete or trees with your golf ball. That's a skill issue. But if it's going to call itself simulation software, I think it should be a little closer to what would happen in actual life to your golf ball. But if you have any specific questions, let me know. I could go on and on and on and on about this software, but I think our live stream here is getting a little long in the tooth. So let's finish up 18 here, and then I'll bid you guys adieu and go have some dinner with my wife, who has also got a head cold now. Totally not my fault. All right, we probably set ourselves up in a pretty good position to get over this pond and onto the green. 160 yards. And assuming I don't have some kind of major mishit, we should be over there somewhere good to go. And that was actually very thin. Hopefully we're not wet. Okay. Usually thin will go further, so I'm thankful for that, but I think this is only a par 4, so we still do have some work to do. And then we're on soft greens, but they're fast. Foof said it made a very loud thunk, and he's talking about the slice he hit that bounced off a tree and came back into the fairway. He says it made a very loud thunk, and he was surprised the ball didn't even have a chip in it. It was using a cheap Honma ball. They must be cheap because I've never even heard of them, dude, and I'll pretty much hit anything. And then Foof says misplaced colliders on trees, which is more of a design issue by the course designer. He is correct there. Foof's correct. PVC says, great show. Cheers, everyone. Have a good weekend. You too, sir. You too. We will see you on the flip side. Enjoy Florida. I can't play outside today, or tomorrow, or probably at all this weekend, but I'm sure you can. Get up there. All right, guys, we should be able to get out of here with a bogey because I don't think I've made a putt naturally on this whole round, so we'll just aim over here, 13-footer, and we'll be done here. That broke way hard to the right, but it did stay in the circle. Guys, the greens on this course, once it went from 10 to 12 stimp, kind of turned into a little son of a bitch. We were 4 over on round 1. You can see that we're 9 over on round 2. What is that? 13 over for the tournament, as it would be called. Let's check out stats. Just kind of blasé looking stats. A lot of bogeys, and we had that one double. But we did have 2 birds and 6 pars. Tons of putts, which is no good. Not very many feet of putting, which is also no good. The higher this number is for total putting, it generally means that you're kicking some ass and taking some names and making some long putts. But really nothing here to write home about. It was a good round. It was not a great round. And then obviously it was an hour and a half, which is entirely too fucking long. Oh, wait a minute. So you say Honma clubs are very expensive? So Honma balls are cheap, but Honma clubs are very expensive. They go up to $50,000 and above for custom sets. Who the fuck would do that, dude? Why? I think the fucking baby blades are too expensive. The Muiras. Get the fuck out of here, dude. The old Korean man I golf with has a custom set his son got him as a gift. Fucking more power to you, buddy. And the Honma balls are very cheap but very good. D1s are 2-piece distance balls, so I don't mind if I end up losing a few. I'm all about inexpensive balls that also are good performing, so I might actually look those up. Honma. Honma. I found a couple of golf balls the other day, and I had never heard of the brand. Honma. Do you love how I keep saying it like I'm a fucking little kid and I just learned how to read a fucking Cat in the Hat book? So this ball is a Legato, which is nowhere near Honma. I find so many golf balls outside now, it's crazy. All right, so it's a Legato. There was another brand in here I didn't recognize, but dude, I found so many fucking golf balls the other day on the golf course. It was crazy. Srixon, we've all heard of that. What's this one? TaylorMade. Yeah, dude, I don't know, but I'd never heard of that one. Legato. All right. Guys, I really appreciate you joining in the live stream today. It has been quite hellaciously long. We're actually at 3 hours for 2 rounds. But we did a lot of bullshit, and we did a lot of searching on the internet for fucking face mites and golf clubs and all kinds of other shit. So we're doing all right. But I'm going to get out of here. This has been a Turbo Talon Golf production. Probably see you tomorrow, probably Sunday too, because I can't golf outside it snowed. Finally snowed in Utah. But all right, guys, I will catch you later. This is Turbo Talon Golf signing out.